Hi, it's Christy of So to Speak, and I wanted to share with you an exercise that I do often in workshops just to help people check in with their body, get out of their head. And I say just, it's so big of a deal though, right? Like we are all so in our heads right now, and myself included. I catch myself there many times a day, and it is a lot of, there's a lot of feelings of despair happening in the world. It's like a big fat permanent marker ellipsis of ambiguity that we find ourselves in. And a lot of us were able to be distracted by having kids in the house or by having summer happening. And now that all of that is starting to slow down, we're left with ourselves, and we're left with our thoughts, and we're left with our feelings. And this is an exercise that will allow you to be very loving and caring to yourself the same way that you would be to someone else who you love, who's in your life. So the exercise, the least you'll get from it is a really awesome stretch. It's like 3 parts, maybe 4 parts of stretching. And it's great for getting, again, back in your body, in between Zoom calls, in between, having maybe to pick the kids up from someplace, or just shifting gears altogether. And the best thing you'll get out of it is a little bit more self-compassion to yourself, because it is the foundation for everything. So the exercise, I'm going to go through the whole flow of it. But at each section, you can repeat it as often as you want and break it up into your own little like mini series of self-compassion exercises or stretching exercises. And you can stay in them as long as you want. So you can repeat them as often as you want. You can stay in them as long as you want. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you have a lot of space. I'm going to center myself here, I think. There we go. And because you want to stretch your arms out. If you do have kids at home, it's so fun to do with kids. So bring them in on the fun. And here we go. So you're going to put your legs hip width apart, and you're going to stretch your arms wide, which is one of the stretches. This just alone is fantastic. It's like you feel a nice big open heart stretch here. You feel a nice stretch on your sides, your lower back. From hunching and sitting at the computer, you start feeling less like the Hunchback of Notre Dame and like yourself, a human. So you stretch your arms really wide. Wow, that feels great. Okay. And then you're going to wrap your right arm over your left. If you did it the other way, A-okay. We're going to do both sides, so it doesn't matter. Just remember which arm's on top. So for me, it's my right. And you're going to wrap your arms around yourself, which again, it feels so good. And you're going to give yourself a hug, in essence, a hug. And you can hang here as long as you want. Slow down. We have a tendency to want to outrun uncomfortable feelings, whether it's grief or loss, which is grief, or sadness, anything that's just slightly discomfort, we kind of fly through. So if this brings stuff up, sit with it, let it flow out, because if it doesn't flow out of you here, it's gonna whack the next person you come into contact with, and nobody wants that, especially you and them. So I digress. All right, so we're open-hearted, and then we're right over left. We're stretching. We're hanging out here and breathing. And then we're going to inhale up. So a nice big inhale through your nose as you lift your arms up. And you know your body, so you want to do it where there's no pain ever. Just a nice stretch. So it might be for here, this might be it, or maybe your shoulders go down and your elbows can go higher. And then you're going to do a nice exhale out of your mouth, where your elbows drop, your neck drops down to your chest, your belly goes into your spine. If you're into yoga, this is kind of like the cat of the cat-cow. And you're going to hold it. Continue to breathe. And we're going to do one more time. And you're going to inhale up. And exhale down. Give yourself a nice squeeze, a rock, a caress on your shoulders. Close your eyes if you're feeling called to do so, and just check in with your body. Listen to your body, what your body needs. You may think that caressing your shoulders sounds like you're losing it, and your body might be like, no, you need that. So, I mean, hugs, we've been stripped of hugs, so you may need to hug yourself a little bit more than normal. So then we're going to stretch your arms out, and you're going to put the opposite arm on top. So you're going to stretch, and then you're going to take, I'm going to take my left on top, and we're going to do 2 deep breaths. Ready? And we're going to inhale up. And exhale out. And inhale up. And exhale out. And check in to see how you feel. Whew. And again, sit with this for as long as you need to with your arms like this. If you're good here, we're going to move on. If you want to stay like this, just press pause and stay here as long as you need. Because the longer you admit to wanting and needing to stay here, then we're just all better off, right? Like, you give yourself more love, we get more love, it's awesome. So then you're going to take all of that love and compassion you gave yourself and overflow it as you open your arms and send it all out to us.